Thank you for coming. We had a lovely evening last night. How many of you did not make last night's dinner? Just to get a show of hands. Okay, so a few, so we'll catch up. I'm Denise Andrews. I'm one of the co-chairs of the Women's Forum. And I'm going to give you a brief background on the forum, and then we're going to get right to our amazing keynote speaker this morning. On the slides here, not quite sure where we point for this to work, gentlemen. Well, we'll wing it. There we go. So I'll give you a little background. You can read in your handout. Did everybody get a handout, or do you need one? Okay, so A.G. Lafley asked us in, I think it was 2008, we were up in Quebec City doing a women's workshop, and he asked Graciela Leita if we would put together a women's community forum at the Alumni every 2 years. And Graciela asked myself to step forward and do that. And so we did make that happen. We put a steering team together I'll tell you a little bit about. But what's important is that we wanted to enhance the P&G Alumni impact, success, and equity, and provide an opportunity for the women to continue their development, continue to network, and continue to impact the world, and to connect for worldwide women's progress, because as we talked last night, there's still very, very much work to do. So you can read that, and you know the value, I hope, of having affinity groups or communities of interest that have a chance to really drill down on the status, what is needed, and help lead that and bring the other communities along. So you can see the steering team here. You met Luann Eckerd-Lynch last night, Dorothy O'Brien in the front row, and the other ladies who couldn't be here. Deb Kelty is here as well. In November, we talked about it. We formed the steering team in 2009. The three areas of focus really are how to advance women on boards to get the percent up of leadership on the boards across the world. Second is philanthropy, how to take the strategies and the donations to really target women's advancement around the world. And so that's the second leg of the strategy. And the third is, as we do that work, how to make great choices and have joy. And that's been the three consistent strategies for the Women's Forum since 2009. The first conference we got up 6 months after, Awakening to Your Life, and that was in Rome. And you can read through the slides here, the three areas of focus, and who were some of the featured speakers at that time. We had a fairly large amount of the elected officials from Rome as well in attendance. So we started to do some more bridging between governments and women's policy, and how do we advance that. Who went to Rome in the room? Great, that was amazing, amazing, amazing week. A lot of walking, if I remember correctly. But beautiful. Then we went 2 years later to Toronto, and you can see the theme there was, what are the emerging trends for women? Business in the C-suite and the executive boards, philanthropy, and well-being and living again. Who went to Toronto? Excellent. Great. Okay. Good. And then here we are in beautiful Geneva, and what a wonderful world. The song, anytime I hear that, just puts me in a great space. It's a wonderful world, particularly when we show up with our hearts. Last night we talked the world of commitment around legacy and joy and how to really step it up. This morning we're going to continue with world of commitment with my friend Kristen Ingvig on the power of a woman's touch, and I'll come back to that. And then we'll shift to world of communicating, power of connecting, in the world of choice, power of you. In that last exercise, you'll have a chance to do some work on yourself, reflection, and then pair up with somebody to kind of process that. So as we said last night, this is for you to disconnect from your very busy lives, have a chance to really engage, reflect, discover, feel. Allow yourselves to feel, because we did chat last night that when we have our whole selves engaged in something, we get better solutions, and we can, I think, have larger impact because we're bringing our whole energy to how do we move forward in today's world. And then choose and act. And again, the power of many versus the power of one. How do you build the relationships in the room, collect the names and the cards, and do the follow-up to build the relationships for the long haul so we can make lasting change. So who did your homework assignment last night before you went to bed? Did you think about your legacy? Okay. And did you think about your joy? All right, so we're going to start off this morning with that's a homework assignment when you go to bed tonight. Again, really think about and choose to kind of relax into being joyful and being on purpose, okay? And then bring that to the work, bring that to each other here, and then going forward. Because it is amazing when one consciously chooses to show up how we can affect that moment, the other people, and the larger circle, okay? So I'm inviting you into that space because we need you, all right?